Will 100 euros be enough for a day in Montenegro's capital, Podgorica? The challenge is to see as many attractions as possible, eat delicious food, and have fun without exceeding the budget. Let's go. It's 10 a.m. and I haven't eaten yet, so the first thing we're doing is getting breakfast. We came to Chocolatti Italiani. This place has a great atmosphere and, in my opinion, some of the best breakfasts in Podgorica. I ordered a Montenegrin breakfast, an Americano, which cost me $10.50 in total. Here's Montenegrin sausage, and here's Montenegrin prosciutto. A true Montenegrin breakfast. The presentation is also beautiful. The flavors go well together, especially with a little bit of jam. After a good breakfast, it's time for a walk. Podgorica is an ideal city for budget-friendly travel. Even though only about 200,000 people live here, the city is well designed for walking. There are wide sidewalks, convenient road crossings, and plenty of parks. Behind me is the winter palace of Nicholas I Petrovic, built in the 19th century. Today, it houses the Museum of Contemporary Art, and the entrance fee is 5 euros. It does feel a bit gloomy here. That's just what a modern art museum is like. Walking saves you a lot of money on transportation. But unlike many other cities, Podgorica has a well-functioning public transport system. A ticket costs 90 cents for 90 minutes and is valid for all routes. Very convenient. You can also take a taxi. The average fare within Podgorica ranges from 5 to 10 euros. Since I want to visit as many places as possible, I'll be using a car. But I won't include fuel and rental costs in this challenge. We have reached the Cathedral of Christ's Resurrection. This impressive architectural site took 20 years to build. It's the largest Orthodox church in Montenegro. Let's go inside. At the entrance, I bought 3 candles for 35 cents each, totaling 1 euro. It's interesting that the church walls and doors are intricately carved with biblical and Montenegrin historical scenes. The interior is stunning, and I highly recommend visiting. And how could we go without coffee? $2.90. Listen, if it's this big, I actually saw them catching these in Dobra Voda. I had no idea they were in Montenegro. Well, the Adriatic Sea isn't just Montenegro after all. He kind of looks like me, same nose. A cutie, until he opens his mouth. Thresher sharks. I've seen people catching them here, and I heard they use their tails to stun fish before eating them. Whoa. This is what lies in the Adriatic. You might notice that most buildings in Podgorica are relatively new, and there aren't many truly old landmarks. That's because during World War II, the city was bombed over 70 times, leaving almost nothing intact. I've reached one of the oldest bridges in Podgorica, Ribnica Bridge. There's a legend that if couples confess their love here, they will stay together forever. This bridge is incredibly strong. It has survived bombings and several earthquakes. Nice. Another important historical landmark is the clock tower, built in the 17th century. The clock mechanism was ordered from Italy and was the only public clock in the city for a long time. Beautiful. It's actually hard to spend money in Podgorica. Entry to the National Museum is free. The sound of silence. Well, modern art again. Why is it called that? Adventure Park in Gorica Park is great for kids under 14 with a nearby cafe. You could easily spend a whole day here. Unfortunately, the adult ropes course has been closed for 3 years, so there's nothing for me to do here. Let's keep going.
Może jedno suçurać.
Time for a snack, a croissant for $3.50. I've arrived at the Vladimir Vysotsky Monument. Vysotsky had a special connection to Montenegro and even wrote a poem dedicated to Montenegro. Right behind it is Podgorica's most famous landmark, the Millennium Bridge. Costing 7 million euros, this bridge connects old and new Podgorica. It is especially beautiful in the evening thanks to its unique lighting. But I have one more place on my list. I made it to Niagara Waterfall before sunset. It's named for its resemblance to the famous Niagara Falls, but this one is artificial, created by a dam on the Tsayevna River. Now it's time for dinner. I'm heading to Meeting Point, where I want to try something unusual. I'll get the pulled beef. Their burgers are great too. Well, my packed day in Podgorica has come to an end. I really tried to spend money, but by the end of the day, I still had nearly 40 euros left. I could go to a shopping mall or a movie theater. So, is Montenegro actually an affordable country? But if I had done this challenge in Tivet or Kotor, I think the result would have been very different.